Chosen ones, heaven is about to overfill your life. Claim it now. This is not a hope. This is not a wishful thought. This is a divine certainty. The timing has aligned, the signals have been sent, and the gates of heaven have begun to open for you. You who have endured, waited, believed without seeing. This message is your confirmation. Heaven is not about to give you drops. It is about to pour rivers, and those rivers will not run dry. This is the season where your name echoes not only on earth, but in the divine halls of destiny. Prepare to receive what eyes haven't seen, what ears haven't heard, and what hearts haven't fully imagined. Before we begin this message, make sure to watch this video all the way to the end. Now, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive deeper, because what you're about to hear has the power to rewire your atmosphere. And don't forget to share your warmest wish in the comments. Write it from your soul. And don't forget to include 77. Because when wishes are spoken with truth and echoed into the collective spirit of the universe, something powerful activates. The energy you release here today won't return empty. It will rise, vibrate, and find its way back to you, overfilled and unstoppable. Heaven has been planning this moment long before you even thought of asking. There is a knowing in the silence of the universe, a divine preparation that doesn't rush, that never forgets. And now, all that waiting is transforming into arrival. The space in your life that once felt empty is about to be overwhelmed by presence. The gaps will be closed. The hunger will be fed. The thirst will be quenched. And you won't have to reach out in the dark anymore, because light will find you first. There is a magnetic pull between your spirit and the divine overflow. You have aligned yourself without even knowing it. You have stayed true when nobody was clapping. You showed up for your journey even when the path was invisible. That is what heaven sees. That is why heaven is choosing now. The overfill is not just in material. It is in peace that surpasses understanding. It is in clarity that wakes you up in the morning with joy, not confusion. It is in connections so pure they make you forget every betrayal. It is in purpose so undeniable that every breath becomes meaningful. You are about to see the tables turn. You are about to witness the reversal of everything that tried to keep you small. And the best part? You won't have to force it. This is not the kind of blessing you chase. This is the kind that chases you down, catches you when you least expect it, and makes you wonder how you ever lived without it. This is what happens when you've walked the valley but never dropped your faith. This is what it looks like when your soul graduates. Do you feel that quiet shift inside you? That gentle knowing that something good is not just coming, but is already here, waiting to be claimed? That is heaven's signature. That is the pulse of overflow. And when it starts, it doesn't stop. The people who once overlooked you will be in awe. The situations that once drained you will now feed you. Even your enemies would be confused, because what they thought was your ending was only your rebirth. You are the testimony that heaven still writes. You are the proof that overflow is real, personal, and always right on time. Let this truth settle deep in your bones. You are not waiting for favor. You are walking in it now. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're being built by design. The cracks in your life were never meant to break you. They were made to let the light flood in. And now that the flood is coming, nothing can stop it. Your spirit knew this before your mind did. Your heart held on even when your logic said it was over. That's why heaven is drawn to you. That's why the outpouring can no longer be delayed. This moment has your name on it. The timing is sacred, the atmosphere is ready, the blessing is heavy, and your soul, your beautiful, persevering soul, is prepared. You don't need to convince anyone of what's coming for you. The overflow will speak louder than your explanations. The joy will radiate louder than your pain ever screamed. You don't need everyone to understand the process you went through. The results will explain everything. Your glow will tell the story. Your peace will become the sermon. Your laughter will return. Not the kind that masks pain, but the kind that rises from fulfillment. The deep, holy kind that only comes when the drought is over. When the cup is not just full, but spilling, streaming, flooding into every part of your life. And this is just the beginning. The first wave of heaven's overflow is about to crash into your present. What once took years will now take days. What once felt impossible will feel effortless. The right people, the right timing, the right doors, they're already moving toward you. Don't worry if you can't see them yet. The shift starts in the unseen. The explosion begins in the quiet. And when it arrives, it will feel like it was always meant to be there. Because it was. Every blocked path was only protecting you. Every delay was only developing you. Every lonely moment was only preparing you. And now, heaven is no longer whispering. It's roaring your name. You'll know it's divine because you won't have to compromise your peace to receive it. You'll know it's from heaven because it will fit you perfectly, like it was crafted just for you. And it was. Your destiny is not a copy-paste story. It is handwritten, custom-built, soul-aligned, and finally, ready. There will be no more trying to shrink yourself to fit in places that weren't made for you. No more over-explaining your worth to people not meant to see it. The overflow coming into your life will eliminate the need for validation. It will remind you that your spirit already knew, always knew, that you were chosen for more. You are about to see what it feels like to be fully seen, deeply valued, and endlessly supported by the universe itself. You are about to wake up in a reality that looks nothing like your past. Your environment is shifting. Your relationships are elevating. Your finances, your health, your inner clarity, it's all rising together. Because overflow doesn't come in fragments. It comes in waves, and those waves carry more than just blessings. They carry restoration. They carry justice. They carry joy. Heaven has not forgotten your tears. It has not ignored your prayers. It has recorded your persistence, your kindness, your ability to love even when unloved. And now, it's responding, not just with enough, but with abundance. Not just with relief, but with celebration. Not just with survival, but with divine overflow. Claim it now, not because you're desperate, but because you're ready. Ready to receive what was always meant for you. Ready to hold what was always waiting. Ready to rise in a life that finally matches the size of your spirit. There's something building around you even now. And though your senses may not fully perceive it, your spirit does. You felt the subtle tremors of change, the breath of promise brushing against your waiting soul. This is not your imagination. This is heaven in motion. The fullness of time has come, and all the energy, all the divine orchestration that has been circling you is about to land. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to beg for it. You only need to stand still in your truth and let it find you. Because it will. Because it must. Because it was always destined to. Heaven does not give halfway. Heaven does not trickle. When it's your time, it is your time. And nothing, no one, not even your own doubts, can delay what has already been assigned to you. The old struggle, is over. The old you is complete. You have grown in the fire. You have stretched in the silence. And now you are fit for the overflow. The doors that once wouldn't budge will open at your approach. The rooms you once tiptoed into, unsure if you belonged, will now welcome you like a long-lost treasure. This is more than success. This is alignment with your divine inheritance. You will not live in lack anymore, not in spirit, not in heart, not in joy. What's coming doesn't simply fill gaps. It creates gardens. Where there was dryness, there will be rivers. Where there was confusion, there will be light. This overflow is not a fix. It is a transformation. The pain you endured has been converted into clarity. The seasons of struggle have become soil for blessings. You are not being rewarded for surviving. You are being elevated because you were never meant to stay low. Your resilience has become your invitation. Your faith has been your signature. Let this moment mark the end of scarcity. No more emotional hunger. No more spiritual droughts. No more waiting for someone else to see you, choose you, validate you. Heaven has already seen. Heaven has already chosen. And validation, it's arriving in the form of everything you once thought you missed out on, but better, higher, holier. Your time is not coming. It's here. Your breakthrough is not far. It's now. You no longer have to wish for miracles. You are walking in one. Your footsteps have become sacred echoes of fulfilled promises. This overflow won't ask your permission. It will flood your life with grace so suddenly, so abundantly, that all you'll be able to do is breathe it in. Let it. Let it crash through your doubts. Let it rewrite your story. Let it build a future that makes your past feel like a prologue. The version of you that once feared being left behind will be amazed at how fast favor finds you now. You are not being overlooked. You are being launched. What you thought was delay was divine precision. And now that it's time, nothing can hold it back. And when it begins, don't try to limit it. Don't try to shrink it to match other people's comfort zones. You are not being blessed in secret. You are being crowned in light. This overflow is visible. It's undeniable. It's contagious. People around you will feel it, see it, and be changed by it. Your presence will shift atmospheres. Your joy will heal others without a word. Your peace will silence chaos. You've become a vessel for divine abundance, and the overflow that pours into your life will touch everything and everyone around you. You are the epicenter of a sacred eruption. No longer will you be haunted by what was lost, because what is coming will make you grateful for what never happened. Some doors were closed not to block you, but to guide you to better ones. Some endings were actually redirections. Some heartbreaks were heaven's protection in disguise. And now, the beauty of the bigger picture will begin to reveal itself. What was once a mystery will now feel like a masterpiece. You'll see it clearly. Everything was preparing you. And now, nothing will stop what's pouring in. You won't have to strive to keep what's coming. You won't have to exhaust yourself to prove you deserve it. This overflow is not dependent on performance. It is anchored in purpose. You were designed for this. Your soul signed up for this journey long before your feet touched this earth. And now, the timing has matured. The energies have aligned. The doors of heaven have been opened, not slightly, but wide. And all you have to do is receive, with open arms, with full heart, with the unshakable knowing that you are worthy. So breathe, chosen one. Relax your shoulders. Let the tension of the past dissolve into the joy of this new now. Let go of the battles that are no longer yours to fight. Lay down the burdens that were never yours to carry. You don't need to prove anything anymore. Your being is enough. Your light is enough. Your presence is enough. And heaven knows it. That's why it's filling your cup until it spills into your future, into your family, into your finances, into your fulfillment. The overflow touches it all. There's a frequency of favor now flowing into every part of your identity. You'll feel it in the way you speak, more confident, more kind, more clear. You'll see it in the opportunities that now chase you instead of the other way around. You'll recognize it in the way people respond to your energy, not because you're trying, but because your truth is magnetic. You have arrived at the intersection of preparation and promise, and this is the season where they finally meet, where it all comes together, where the scattered pieces of your story become a beautiful, radiant whole. Don't be surprised if things start happening quickly. Don't be alarmed when the momentum picks up and blessings multiply faster than you imagined. You've entered a dimension where time bends to purpose, where heaven no longer waits to act on your behalf, where the laws of limitation break under the weight of divine appointment. And you will ride that wave, not with fear, but with fire, because now everything you've carried has turned into fuel. Everything that tried to stop you has become your staircase. Everything that once felt like loss has become your lift. Chosen one, this overflow is not an accident. It is your inheritance. It is your reward, not for perfection, but for persistence, for staying true, for keeping your heart open when the world told you to shut it down, for believing in more even when less was all you could see. And now, you are about to see more than you ever dreamed. Feel more than you ever thought possible. Receive more than you ever dared to ask for. Because that's how heaven works, above and beyond, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This part of your life isn't about survival. It's about soaring. You will not only rise, you will ascend. And your rise will be so undeniable that even your past will look back in awe. You will no longer recognize the version of you that once questioned your worth. That chapter has closed. This is your beginning. This is your overflowing life. And every step forward will feel like confirmation, affirmation, celebration. Heaven isn't just opening for you, it's moving through you. And from this day forward, you'll never be the same. There is no force stronger than a soul that has aligned with its divine timing. And right now, that's exactly where you stand. On the edge of everything you've ever needed, ever dreamed, ever waited for. You are no longer preparing for the overflow. Chosen one. You are living inside the moment it begins. The spiritual clock has struck the hour, and the heavens are releasing what has been stored up for you all this time. This is the divine release, unshaken by circumstances, untouched by human delay. What's meant for you is coming, and this time it won't miss. You were never forgotten, only reserved. When others received early, you were being held for excellence. While some tasted temporary success, yours was being refined into permanence. And now the difference will be seen. Not only will you receive, your life will become evidence. You will walk in blessings that cannot be explained by logic, success that doesn't fit formulas, joy that feels undeserved, but is completely yours by divine right. You're not entering a season, you're stepping into a lifestyle, a life led by grace, sustained by faith, and surrounded by favor. Every moment you held on when you wanted to give up has become a seed in heaven's soil. And now, those seeds are sprouting at once. This is not one answered prayer. It's a field of them. This is not a door. It's a floodgate. and once opened, it will never close the same way again. Because you've changed. You're not who you were when you first started praying. You're not the same soul that once asked, "When is it my turn?" Now you stand ready, not desperate, but destined, not hoping, but knowing, not chasing, but attracting. You've stopped shrinking for spaces that were never meant to hold you. You've stopped explaining yourself to people who were never meant to understand you. You've stopped waiting for permission to rise. And because of that, because of your quiet decisions, your silent strength, your uncelebrated growth, the heavens are opening wide. You are not just about to receive, you are about to reign. This overflow will not ask what you've done to earn it. It arrives because of who you are. You've been chosen, marked, protected, prepared. You may not recognize the path that led you here, but your soul remembers every step. The loneliness, the confusion, the countless internal battles, none of them were wasted. You've been built from the inside out, not with shortcuts, but with truth, not with noise, but with stillness. And that is why this next level will feel so familiar, so natural, because it was always yours. It's not new, it's aligned. And when something is aligned, it flows. The resistance you once knew will fade. The delays you once faced will vanish. You will move with power, without force. You'll begin to notice how easily doors open, not because you finally figured it out, but because you've stopped blocking the flow. Your healing has unlocked your receiving. Your forgiveness has cleared the channel. The moment you let go of bitterness, jealousy, and fear, the divine cleared the skies and said, "Now, they're ready." And you are. You are so ready. Your entire being is vibrating at the frequency of overflow. It is no longer a concept. It is a reality, taking shape in your relationships, your finances, your creativity, your peace. Even the way you speak is shifting. Words of doubt are being replaced by declarations of certainty. You no longer whisper, "I hope." You now affirm, "I know." You no longer beg for signs. You walk as the sign. You carry a presence now that can't be taught, only earned through transformation. People will feel it before you say a word. Environments will shift when you enter. That's not ego, it's energy. That's not pride, it's presence. Heaven has infused your life with such fullness that you now overflow everywhere you go. Your joy spills out, your clarity spills out, your faith spills out. You won't need to explain what's happening to you. You'll simply live it. The ones meant to understand will know. The ones meant to be inspired will feel it. And the ones who can't accept it, they'll fade, not because you pushed them, but because your light no longer allows shadows to linger. You're no longer accessible to doubt. You're no longer compatible with drama. Your energy has upgraded. And so, your life will reflect that, not by your doing, but by divine orchestration. You've become the proof of what faith looks like in human form. There's a sacred weight to the life you're stepping into. Not a burden, but a brilliance. A responsibility to live free, to live full, to live as someone who no longer settles for crumbs when the whole table was promised. You are not greedy. You are aligned. You are not demanding. You are claiming what was always yours. And as you continue to rise, you'll start to understand that this isn't even the peak. It's the beginning of sustained elevation. No more ups and downs, no more starts and stops. This is consistency birthed in divinity. People will ask what changed, and the truth is, it was never one big thing. It was a million quiet moments where you chose to trust, to heal, to believe, to love without needing to be loved back, to keep going when nothing made sense. Those were the moments heaven counted. And now, the reward is being released. Not because of who you know, but because of who you are. Not because of what you did, but because of how you stayed pure in a world that tried to make you bitter. That's what this overflow honors, the heart behind it all. So prepare, not in fear, but in faith. Not with anxiety, but with awe. Because what's about to come will be more than you imagined, faster than you expected, deeper than you dared to believe. It will shake your definition of abundance. It will stretch your capacity to receive. It will flood your identity with a new kind of peace, the kind that doesn't depend on circumstances. You will begin to say things like, "This feels surreal," because it will. But then you'll realize it's not a dream, it's destiny, and it's happening now. You're not just entering a season of overflow, you are becoming the overflow. Everything you touch, everything you speak, and everywhere you walk will carry evidence that heaven has touched your life. This isn't luck, this isn't coincidence, this is legacy being activated. You are the living result of unseen prayers, ancestral hope, and divine orchestration that has been waiting for generations. And now, it all flows through you. There will be moments, chosen one, where you pause in stillness and feel the magnitude of what's occurring. The atmosphere around you is shifting, not just externally, but within you. You've become a spiritual magnet, drawing to you everything that matches your highest energy. You no longer seek approval because you've been divinely affirmed. You no longer search for belonging because you've remembered who you are. This is the identity you were born for, unapologetically radiant, peacefully powerful. The shift is so deep, even your breath feels different, lighter, freer. There is no more heaviness hanging on your spirit, no more noise in your thoughts, no more waiting to be ready. You've already been prepared. Every heartbreak trained your heart to receive better. Every loss was a lesson in restoration. Every delay became a gateway into something higher. And now, all those scattered pieces are aligning into something beautiful. A masterpiece made not from perfection, but from presence. The universe responds to truth. And you are living yours so boldly now that even unseen energies recognize you. Your alignment is clear. Your path is magnetic. And everything that was ever meant for you is now being pulled into your life with divine momentum. Not by force, but by flow. Not by strategy, but by spirit. This is not effort-based abundance. This is spiritual attraction. And it's coming so steadily now, you'll begin to feel like you're walking with the wind at your back. Because you are. The people who once overlooked you will not recognize the version of you that is now emerging. That's not your concern. You've outgrown the need to prove your worth. Your presence alone speaks volumes. When heaven overflows into your life, it's not loud, it's undeniable. The peace on your face, the certainty in your walk, the joy that lingers after you speak. These are not accidents, they are proof. You've been marked by something eternal, and no one can take it from you. The more you align with overflow, the less you need to chase. Scarcity taught you to run after everything. Heaven teaches you to become everything and attract it instead. You no longer chase love. You become love. You no longer fight for recognition. You embody worth. And when you do that, the divine moves on your behalf. Opportunities that once seemed far off will show up unannounced. Connections that once felt impossible will find you organically. That's the nature of overflow. It doesn't knock once, it floods through the open door of your readiness. You are now a container big enough to hold the weight of your blessings. And not only that, you're a channel now. You're not just receiving, you're radiating. As heaven overfills your life, you begin to pour into others with ease, not in sacrifice, but in overflow, not in exhaustion, but in joy. You don't give from lack anymore, you give from abundance. And that's why the cycle never ends. The more you pour, the more you receive. The more you share, the more you attract. You've become the river, not the reservoir. This journey was never about becoming something you're not. It was about shedding everything you're not. And now, without the weight of fear, guilt, or shame, your energy is clean. Your vision is clear. Your faith is fierce. The heavens respond to clarity. And you are now clear. No more second guessing. No more waiting for validation. No more wondering if you're worthy. You are. You always were. And now, the universe agrees with you so fully that it is rearranging reality to reflect your new vibration. Your prayers have taken root in unseen places. While you were working on yourself, your future was working on you. Now, the two have met. You will walk into rooms you once only dreamed about. You will receive calls that change your direction in the best way. You will be invited into spaces not because of connections, but because of divine appointment. People will wonder how it happened so fast, but you'll know it took everything you've been through to get here. Overflow does not arrive empty-handed. It brings peace that can't be stolen. Love that doesn't require you to shrink. Provision that shows up in perfect timing. And creativity that multiplies everything you touch. You are about to become more inspired, more creative, more alive than ever before. This is not just about material gain. It's about soul restoration. Your spirit is catching up with your destiny now. And everything feels like it's happening all at once, because it is. There is nothing left to force, nothing left to beg for. You are walking through open gates now, and nothing can block your entry. The version of you that doubted, waited, feared, that version has retired. What walks forward now is someone unstoppable. Not because life is perfect, but because faith is permanent. The winds may blow, but your roots are deep. The noise may rise, but your silence is stronger. You've become a storm of light, and darkness can no longer survive near you. So breathe, smile, trust. All is well now. The fight is over. The fear is over. The striving is over. Heaven has taken over. The divine has stepped in. And all you have to do now is continue being who you already are. A living reminder that when heaven decides it's your time, no one and nothing can stop what comes next. There is a kind of abundance that doesn't just fill your life, it transforms your existence. Chosen one, that's what is approaching now. But it's not coming to you, it's flowing through you. Because you have been prepared in silence, in solitude, in the dark corners of waiting rooms and wilderness seasons. You were never forgotten there, you were being refined. Because only someone with your strength could carry what's coming and not be crushed by the weight of it. This isn't about temporary blessings or fleeting opportunities. This is a divine saturation, one that doesn't just visit and leave, but builds its home within you. You are becoming the residence of heavenly favor. That's why your energy has changed. That's why things that used to drain you now bounce off your spirit. That's why people who once could enter your space freely now feel the wall of protection around you. Heaven has insulated you, not to isolate, but to elevate. The version of you that used to shrink to make others comfortable no longer exists. You don't need to be small to be safe. You don't need to dim your light to fit into places you've outgrown. Now, everything about you, Your voice, your presence, your truth carries the authority of someone who has been touched by divine hands. And when that happens, the world responds differently. Suddenly, you're not trying to be chosen by people. You're realizing you've already been chosen by something much greater. When heaven overfills your life, it doesn't look like what the world expects. Sometimes, it looks like saying no to what used to excite you. Sometimes, it looks like walking away from what you once prayed for, because now you see more clearly. Overflow gives you discernment. It gives you peace without explanation. It gives you the confidence to walk alone, because you know the crowd will catch up later, or not at all. Either way, you're good. You will feel the shift, not only in what you receive, but in what you release. Old stories will dissolve. Old fears will fade, like background noise. You'll wake up and realize you're no longer triggered by the things that used to paralyze you. That's heaven's evidence, internal peace that doesn't need conditions to exist. You'll begin to understand the real overflow is happening inside you first, and the outside world is simply catching up. You'll hear words you've never heard spoken to you before. Words like, "We've been watching your growth. We want to work with you. This opportunity was made for someone like you." But you won't be surprised. You'll be grateful, yes, but not shocked, because your spirit already saw it. You already rehearsed this reality in your mind 1,000 times, not out of fantasy, but out of divine intuition. You knew this would come, not because you forced it, but because you felt it. And still, there's more. Heaven's overflow is not a one-time miracle. It's a lifestyle. That's what makes this so different from anything you've known before. You're not just receiving a gift, you're stepping into a rhythm of divine timing, divine flow, divine elevation, where everything unfolds just as it should, not too soon to overwhelm you, and not too late to discourage you, but exactly when your spirit is most open to receive it. You'll start seeing numbers, signs, synchronicities that confirm this path, not out of superstition, but as confirmation that your alignment is precise. Conversations will feel different. People will start coming into your life who speak your language, who see your light, who match your energy. These are not accidents. These are soul appointments. People who are destined to find you in this version of your power, not the one that doubted, but the one that remembered. You may also find yourself grieving things that others celebrate, because overflow doesn't just give, it removes, it clears space for what's sacred. You may have to mourn the version of yourself who tolerated less. You may have to let go of dreams that were too small for you, and it will hurt. But on the other side of that hurt is a freedom that cannot be taken. A freedom born from truth. A freedom born from heaven's hand. You'll realize that the overflow is not just about receiving. It's about recognizing what you already have. The moments of laughter you can now fully enjoy. The deep breaths that no longer carry anxiety. The silence that no longer feels lonely, but full. These are the fruits of divine overflow, and once you taste them, you will never go back to anything less than deeply aligned living. Everything you once thought was delayed was actually in perfect orchestration. It took time, not because you were unworthy, but because what's coming is so complete, so divinely ordered, that it had to be built slowly. You weren't being punished, you were being positioned. And now that the time has arrived, you are ready, not just for the blessings, but for the responsibility that comes with them. Because overflow isn't just for you, it's for every person your life will touch after this. Your story becomes someone else's survival guide. Your success becomes someone else's hope. And that's why heaven chose you. Because you won't just keep it, you'll pour it. And because you pour, the cycle of receiving never ends. So walk boldly now, with no apologies. Stand tall in your truth. Expect miracles as your normal. Expect peace as your default. Expect favor as your language. Because heaven is no longer something you just look up to. It's something you now carry within you. And everywhere you go, the atmosphere will change. Not because you try, but because you are the change. You didn't come this far to doubt now. You didn't endure all that pain just to play small. You didn't rise through the ashes to hide your flame. No, this is your moment to rise. This is your era of overflow. Not in fragments, not in pieces, but fully, powerfully, permanently. And as you embrace it, you don't need to explain. You don't need to convince. You just need to receive. The heavens have already spoken, and they're not whispering anymore. As you step into this divine overflow, understand that the universe is aligning itself to give you everything you've ever desired, and more. The only thing you need to do now is accept it. Embrace it fully, without hesitation, without doubt. The waiting period is over. Your moment is now. The universe is in motion, and heaven has already spoken your name. Think about how far you've come. The struggles, the setbacks, the moments when you wondered if you'd ever make it through. Yet here you are, standing at the threshold of your new reality. All of those trials were part of the preparation. They weren't setbacks. They were stepping stones. Each one of them taught you something you needed to know, shaped you into the person capable of carrying the overflow that is now coming your way. You didn't earn this by your own strength alone. Number this overflow is a divine gift, and it is your birthright. You've done the work, yes, but more importantly, you have endured. You have stayed true to yourself through the hardest seasons, and because of that, heaven is about to reward you in ways that will not only change your life, but the lives of those around you as well. This isn't just a gift for you. This overflow is meant to be shared. You were chosen for a reason, chosen one. You are a beacon. The blessings you're about to experience will not just be for your benefit, they will be for the benefit of others. Your story will inspire countless others to believe in their own potential. Your success will open doors for those who felt trapped. Your love, your kindness, your generosity will spark transformation in ways you can't even imagine right now. The truth is, when heaven pours into your life, it's not just about material things. It's about the way you walk in this world. It's about the peace that radiates from your soul. It's about the joy that cannot be contained, the love that flows effortlessly, and the light that shines through every challenge. This overflow will expand your capacity for compassion, for gratitude, and for abundance in every area of your life. And as this divine abundance fills every corner of your existence, you will realize that you are not only a recipient, but a channel for this overflow. You are being entrusted with something sacred. Heaven is choosing you not only to receive, but to pass on. This is why you've been chosen. To stand as a testament of what happens when divine favor rests upon a willing heart. But there's a responsibility that comes with this overflow. The responsibility is to honor it, to remain grounded in gratitude, to share it with the world without ego, without attachment, to recognize that it's not just about you, it's about the collective. It's about raising the vibration of this entire planet. You are a key player in a much larger divine plan. Do not shrink from this responsibility. Do not fear the magnitude of the gifts that are now being bestowed upon you. You are more than capable of handling it. In fact, you were made for this. You were born for this moment. The universe has been preparing you for this for lifetimes. And now, the fullness of heaven's blessings is within your reach. You may feel overwhelmed at times, and that's okay. Let yourself be in awe of what is unfolding. But never let that awe turn into doubt. This overflow is meant for you. Let it fill you. Let it elevate you. Let it transform every part of your life, from your relationships to your career, to your health, to your spiritual growth. Let it complete you in ways you never thought possible. As this divine energy flows into your life, trust that it will also remove anything that no longer serves you. It will cut away what was never meant to be part of your journey. Old patterns, limiting beliefs, and toxic relationships will fall away like leaves in the wind, and in their place will rise a new version of you, a version that has fully embraced the overflow and the divine calling upon your life. So, chosen one, stand firm in this truth. Heaven is about to overfill your life. Your time has come. Everything you have gone through, everything you have endured, was part of your divine preparation. You are now ready to receive all that has been destined for you, and not just receive, but give. You are a vessel for divine love, divine abundance, and divine transformation. When you open your eyes tomorrow, don't be surprised if you see the world through new eyes, because everything has shifted. You are no longer walking in scarcity. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are no longer hoping for change. You are the change. And heaven is overflowing your life as proof of this. Claim it now. Claim your destiny. Claim the abundance that is already yours. The universe has already spoken. Heaven has already overfilled your life. Now, it's time for you to walk in that truth every single day. And remember, there is no going back from this point. Your life will never be the same.